still did all the rest of it. So I only did kicking game. That's telling you a little bit about that we need to get healthy, right? But we did a lot of plays scrimmage-wise before, so we got to get back. If they don't get back, we'll start out 0-5 and go about your life. But we'll grow up at some point in time. But we got to get a lot better, and some of these guys also need to learn how to come back. Because even LT wasn't good enough that he couldn't practice. Ryan Urlacher, that just went in the NFL, and I coached him too, wasn't good enough that he couldn't practice. He had to practice to be good at what he did. So you got to practice to get where you need to get to, or sometimes you don't move fast enough and you get hurt again with something else. So key is we got to get guys help, but it's different than 30 years ago doing all this stuff. You can't worry about things you don't have control of. Get the next guy ready. And by the time we do that, and that's what we've done, is we've grown up all of our whole football team. Trey Morig is now a better player because he took all the reps. Kendrick Van Zant is taking a lot first and twos reps. He was taking all of them a couple days. Holmes has got better. Ladarius has got better at safety. Harry got better. Vernon got better. All these guys got better because guys are out. So.
You said the buy-in was there, but you think that mentality of some of those guys needs to improve?
We're not going to give you any headlines. You guys already do a bad enough job about headlines already. Bottom line is here in 2 weeks, we got to be grown up and we got to get where we need to get to. We're okay. Because it was my redshirt fifth safety in the paper. You may have made it look like our whole season was ruined by the headline. The headline was, well, now we got to make changes. What do we got to make changes? We just moved the fifth guy to the fourth guy. So the key to the story is the next guy's got to grow up. It's the way it is. If you guys, you want to get under my skin, you just understand. You guys all want to talk about injuries, and I don't talk about injuries. I'm going to do it like Bill Belichick did. Everybody's probable. Everybody's probable to play. Kelsey's probable to be in. She might be our deep corner. Snapper. I'm not touching that.
We don't write it.
I wouldn't say that either. Please don't.
What about Trey has stood out the most since he got here at campus?
He's just a great kid. Works hard. The younger players are bigger bodies, and consequently, the bigger bodies aren't as banged up. Vernon's not banged up. Trey's not banged up. Kendrick's not banged up. The bigger bodies aren't banged up. So one of the things we've done in recruiting is we've gotten our team looks longer, it looks bigger than what it did a year ago. Just because, like at safety, you redshirted 3 and then you brought 4 in. And 3 of those 4 you brought in are all over 6 foot. So our Darius which he was offered by LSU, he's the shortest of the group. So you get 4 and you go about your business. So you brought 7 guys right now on this campus that we didn't have running down on any special team a year ago. And so we know the guys that can be out because they've already got enough reps and they can get healthy and they'll still be able to play well. And there's some guys that got to do better. So, but you guys know me. You guys been around me. If I was really unhappy, you guys would already know I'm really unhappy. So I just tell you, we suck. Right? So we've got to get guys back. When I saw the first 3 or 4 days of practice, if we get everybody back that I saw the first 3 or 4 days of practice, then we got a chance to be pretty good. If we don't get them back, then probably we won't be as good. Will we be not as good? Will we be as good if we didn't have Blacklock? Probably not. But it may take 2 of them to play every 2 plays, and they might be as good as Blacklock because instead of him playing 6 plays, they play every 2 plays. And we've lost plenty of guys before. Again, Bram Kohlhausen was here. Here's our walk-on quarterback that came back from 31-0, right? And it wouldn't even be as good a story. It wouldn't even be as good a story if there would have been Trey that have brought us back, but it was a walk-on quarterback. So be careful about trying to write the ending of the story yourself. Let the story unfold and help the story along. So that's what I'm trying to do as I get more mature in my older age. How do I help the story along?
Can I suggest something then?
Sure.
Instead of going 8 days between media availabilities,
We usually do. But I wasn't going to have, the only question you really wanted to ask was going to be, you wanted to ask about the quarterback, and I knew I wasn't going to have an answer till today. So I was just saving
well,
you
at
guys.
the end of that 8-day period, we
We're
run
fine
out of
with
stuff
Oh,
and
yeah.
we start making up
About
stuff.
every 3 or 4 days, but here's what you can do. So you should know me by now. So you just call me on the phone and say, I need an article. Okay, I need an article. And I'll say, well, what kind of article you want to write? And then I'm going to give to Mark. I'm going to say, call Gil on the phone with this guy so we can get an article. And then we'll call Drew and we'll get them an article. That way you guys don't have to come out here and you don't have to do this. But you know, it's,
We're supposed to write a story every single day. So
well, I understand.
News cycles.
But I can promise you there, we've never had media come out every single day during
I'm not saying
fall
every day.
camp.
Yeah.
So